Come on, my lords. The better foot before. Straight will I take you to the lonesome pit where I spied the panther fast asleep.
My sight is very dull, there are boats.
And mine, I promise you, were not for shame, well could I leave our sport to sleep a while.
What art thou fallen? What is this? His mouth is covered with root-growing briars. Upon his leaves are drops of new shed blood, as fresh as morning dew distilled on flowers.
Now will I fetch the king to find them here, that he thereby may give likely guess how these were they that made away his brother.
Aaron and thou look down into this den and see a fearful sight of blood and death.
Aaron is gone, and my compassionate heart will not permit mine eyes once to behold the same where I trembled by surmise. Oh, tell me how it is, for ne'er till now was I a child to fear and know not what.
Lord Bassianus lies, the room here, all in a heap like to a slaughtered lamb, in this detested, dark, blood-drinking pit.
If it be dark, how dost thou know to see?
Upon his bloody finger he doth wear a precious ring that lightens all the whole. O brother, help me with thy fainting hand, for fear hath made me see faint as it made me hack out of the spell's devouring receptacle as hateful as the Titus' misty mouth.
Reach me thy hand, that I may help thee out, or wanting strength to do thee so much good. I may be plucked into the swallowing womb of this deep pit, where Bassianus is grave. I have no strength to pluck thee to the brink.
Nor I no strength to climb out without thy help.
Thy hand once more, I will not lose again, till thou art here aloft or I below. Thou canst not come to me, I come to thee.
Along with me I'll see what hole is here, and what he is that now is left into it. Say, who art thou that lately didst descend into this gaping hollow of the earth?
The unhappy son of old Andronicus, brought hither in a most unlucky hour to find thy brother Bassianus dead.
My brother dead? I know thou dost but jest. He and his lady both are at the lodge upon the north side of this pleasant chase. 'Tis not an hour since I left him there.
We know not where you left them all alive, but out, alas, here we have found him dead.
Where is my lord the king?
Here, Tamara, though grieved with killing wreath.
Where is thy brother Bassianus?
Now to the bottom dost thou search my wound. Poor Bassianus here lies murdered.
Then all too late I bring this fatal writ. The complot of this timeless tragedy, and wondered greatly that man's face can fold in pleasing smile such murderous tyranny.
And if we miss to meet him handsomely, sweet huntsman, Bassianus 'tis we mean. Do thou so much as dig the grave for him, thou knowest our meaning. Look for thy reward among the nettles at the elder tree, which overshades the mouth of that same pit where we decree to bury Bassianus. Do this and purchase us thy lasting friends. Tamara, was ever heard the like? This is the pit, and this the elder tree. Look, sirs, if you can find the huntsman out that should have murdered Bassianus here.
My gracious lord, here's that gold.
2 of thy whelps, thou curs of the bloody kind, have here bereft my brother of his life. Sirs, drag them from the pit unto the prison. There let them bide until we have devised some never heard of torturing pain for them.
What? Are they in this pit? Oh, wondrous thing how easily murder is discovered.
Upon my feeble knee I beg this boon, with tears not lightly shed, that this fell fault of my accursed sons, accursed if this fault be proved in them.
If it be proved, you see it is apparent. Who found this letter, Tamara? Was it you?
Andronicus himself did take it up.
I did, my lord, yet let me be their bail, for by my father's reverend tomb I vow that they shall be ready at your highness' will to answer their suspicion with their lives.
Thou shalt not bail them. See thou follow me. Some bring the murdered, some the murderers. Let them not speak a word, the guilt is plain. For by my soul were there worse end than death, that end upon them should be executed.
Andronicus, I will entreat the king. Fear not thy sons. They shall do well enough.
Come, Lucius, come, stay not to talk with them.
So now go! Dare if I come and speak, which
'twas that cut thy tongue and ravished thee.
Oh, write down thy mind, bewray thy meaning so, and if thy stumps will let thee plain descry.
See how it signs and tokens she can scrawl.
Oh, go home, call for sweet water, wash thy hands.
She hath no tongue to call, thy hands to wash!
And so, let's leave her to a silent walk.
Oh, and 'twere my case I should go hang myself.
It's our hands that help thee get the corn!
Who is this? My niece flies away so fast. Cousin, a word, where is your husband? I do dream, and all my wealth would wake me. I do wake, some planets strike me down, that I may slumber in eternal sleep. Speak, gentle niece. What stern, ungentle hands have lopped and hewed and made thy body bare of her two branches? The sweet ornaments, whose circling shadows kings have sought to sleep in, and might not gain so great a happiness as thy love. Why dost not speak to me? Alas, the crimson river of warm blood, like to a bubbling fountain stirred to wind, doth rise and fall between thy rosed lips, coming and going, thy honeyed breath. But sure some Titus hath deflowered thee, and lest thou should detect him, cut out thy tongue. Ah, now thou turn'st away thy face for shame. Notwithstanding all this loss of blood is from a conduit with 3 issuing spouts, yet do thy cheeks look red as Titan's face, blushing to be encountered with a cloud. Shall I speak to thee? Shall I say 'tis so? Oh, had the monster seen those lily hands tremble like aspen leaves upon a lute, and make the silken strings delight to kiss them, he would not then have touched them for his life. Had he heard the heavenly harmony which that sweet tongue hath made, he would have dropped his knife and fell asleep as Cerberus at the Thracian poet's feet. Come, let us go and make thy father blind, for such a sight will make a father blind. 1 hour's storm will drown thy fragrant means. Whole months of tears thy father's eyes do not draw back. We will mourn with thee. Could our mourning ease thy misery?
Hear me! Great fathers, noble tribunes, stay! For pity of mine age, whose youth was spent in dangerous wars, whilst you securely slept, for all my blood in Rome's great quarrel shed, for all the frosty nights that I have watched, and for these bitter tears which now you see filling the aged wrinkles in my cheeks, be pitiful to my condemned sons, whose souls are not corrupted as 'tis thought. Let my tears staunch the earth's dry appetite. My son's sweet blood will make it shame and blush. Oh, earth, I will befriend thee more with rain that shall distill from these 2 ancient urns than youthful April shall with all his showers. In summer's drought I'll drop upon thee still, in winter with warm tears I'll melt the snow and keep eternal springtime on thy face, so thou refuse to drink my dear son's blood. Oh, reverend tribunes! Oh, gentle aged men! Unbind my sons, reverse the doom of death, and let me say that never wept before. My tears are now prevailing orators.
My gracious lord, no tribune hears you speak.
Oh, 'tis no matter, man. If they did hear me speak, they would not mark me, or if they did mark, they would not pity me. Yet plead I must, therefore I tell my sorrows to the stones. When I do weep, they humbly at my feet receive my tears and seem to weep with me. But wherefore standest thou with thy weapon drawn?
To rescue my 2 brothers from their death, for which attempt the judges have pronounced my everlasting doom of banishment.
Oh, happy man, they have befriended thee. What? Foolish Lucius, dost thou not perceive that Rome is but a wilderness of tigers? Tigers must prey, and Rome affords no prey but me and mine. How happy art thou then from these devourers to be banished? But who comes with our brother Marcus here?
Titus, prepare thy aged eyes to weep. For if not so, thy noble heart to break, I bring consuming joy or sorrow to thine age.
Will it consume me? Let me see it then.
This was thy daughter.
Why, Marcus, so she is.
This object kills me.
Faint-hearted boy, arise and look upon her. Speak, Lavinia, what accursed hand has made thee handless in thy father's sight? What fool hath added water to the sea, or brought a faggot to bright burning Troy? Give me a sword, I'll chop off my hands too, for hands to do room service are but vain.
Speak, gentle sister, who hath martyred thee?
Oh, that delightful engine of her thoughts that blabbed them with such pleasing eloquence is torn from forth that pretty hollow cage. Like a sweet melodious bird, it sung sweet varied notes, enchanting every ear.
Say thou for her, who hath done this deed?
Well, thus I found her straying in the park, seeking to hide herself as doth the deer that hath received some unrecurring wound.
It was my dear, and he that wounded her hath hurt me more than had he killed me dead. For now I stand as one upon a rock, environed with a wilderness of sea, who marks the waxing tide grow, wave by wave, expecting ever, when some envious surge will in his brinish bowels swallow him. This way to death my wretched sons are gone. Here stands my other son, a banished man. Here my brother weeping at my woes, but that which gives my soul the greatest spurn is dear Lavinia, dearer than my soul. Had I but seen thy picture in this plight, it would have maddened me. What shall I do, now I behold thy lively body so? Thou hast no hands to wipe away thy tears, nor tongue to tell me who hath martyred thee, thy husband. He is dead, and for his death thy brothers are condemned and dead by this. Look, Marcus, son, Lucius, look on her. When I did name her brothers, then fresh tears stood upon her cheeks, as doth the honey-dew upon a gathered lily almost withered.
Perchance she weeps because they killed her husband, or perchance because she knows them innocent.
If they did kill thy husband, then be joyful, because the law hath ta'en revenge on them. No, no, they would not do so foul a deed. Witness the sorrow that their sister makes. Gentle Lavinia, let me kiss thy lips, or make some sign how I may do thee ease. Shall thy good uncle and thy brother Lucius and thou and I sit round about some fountain, looking all downwards to behold our cheeks, how they are stained as meadows yet not dry, with miry slime left on them by a flood. And in the fountain shall we gaze so long till the fresh taste be taken from that clearness and made a brine pit with our bitter tears, or shall we cut away our hands like thine? Or shall we bite our tongues and in dumb shows pass the remainder of our hateful days? What shall we do? Let us that have tongues plot some device of further misery.
Sweet father,
You wondered at times to come.
sweet father, cease your tears. For at your grief, see how my wretched sister sobs and weeps.
Patience, dear niece, and Titus, dry thine eyes.
Marcus, well I wot, thy napkin cannot drink a tear of mine, for thou, poor man, hast drowned it with thine own.
Oh, my Lavinia, I will wipe thy tears.
Marcus, Mark, I understand her signs. Had she a tongue to speak, now would she say that to her brother, which I said to thee. His napkin with his true tears, all the wet, can do no service on her sorrowful cheeks. Oh, what a sympathy of woe is this, as far from limbo as help, as limbo is from bliss.
Titus Andronicus, my lord the emperor sends thee this word, that if thou love thy sons, let Marcus, Lucius, or thyself, quote, Titus, or any of you, chop off your hand and send it to the king. He for the same will send thee hither both thy sons alive, and that shall be the ransom for their fault.
Gracious emperor, Oh, gentle Aaron, did ever raven sing so like a lark that gives sweet tidings of the sun's uprise? With all my heart I'll send the emperor my hand. Good Aaron, wilt thou chop it off?
Stay, father! That noble hand of thine that hath thrown down so many enemies shall not be sent. My hand will serve the turn. My youth can better spare my blood than yours, and therefore mine shall save my brothers' lives.
Which one of your hands hath not defended Rome, and reared aloft the bloody battle axe, riding destruction on the enemy's castle? Well, none of both but her high desert. My hand hath been but idle, and served to ransom my two nephews from their death. Then have I kept it to an honourable end.
Nay, come agree whose hand shall go along, for fear they die before their pardon come.
My hand shall go.
By heaven, it shall not
Sirs,
go.
strive no more. Such withered herbs as these are meet for plucking up, and therefore mine.
Sweet father, if I shall be thought thy son, let me redeem my brothers both from death.
For our father's sake and mother's care, now let me show a brother's love to thee.
Agree between you, I will spare my hand.
Then I'll go fetch an axe.
But I will use the axe. Come hither, Aaron. I'll deceive them both. Lend me thy hand, and I will give thee mine.
That we call deceit. I will be honest, and never wilt thou live deceive men so. But I'll deceive you in another sort, so that you'll say, ere half an hour
Now stay your strife. What shall these dispatch? Good Aaron, give his majesty my hand. Tell him it was a hand that warded him from 1,000 dangers, bid him bury it. More hath it merited, that let it have. As for my sons, say I count them as jewels purchased at an easy price, and yet dear too, because I bought mine own.
I go, Andronicus. But thy sons of by and by, to have thy sons with thee. Their heads, I mean. Oh, how this villainy doth bat me with the very thought of it. The fair men do good, and others call for grace. Aaron will have a soul black as his face.
Here I lift this one hand up to heaven, and bow this feeble ruin to the earth. If any power pities wretched tears, to that I call. What? Wilt thou kneel with me? Do then, dear heart, for heaven shall hear our prayers. Or, with our sighs, we'll breathe the welkin dim, and stain the sun with fog, as sometimes clouds when they do hug him in their melting bosoms.
Oh, brother, speak with possibilities, and do not break into these deep extremes.
Is not my sorrow deep, having no bottom? Then be my passions bottomless with them.
But yet let reason govern thy limits.
If there were reason in these miseries, then into limits could I bind my woes. When heaven doth weep, doth not the earth o'erflow? If the winds rage, doth not the sea wax mad, threatening the welkin with his big swollen face? And wilt you have a reason for this coil? I am the sea. Hark how her sighs do blow. She is the weeping welkin, I the earth. Then must my sea be moved with her sighs. Then must my earth with her continual tears become a deluge, o'erflowed and drowned. For why? My bowels cannot hide her woes, but like a drunkard must I vomit them. Then give me leave, for losers will have leave to ease their stomachs with their bitter tongues.
Worthy Andronicus, how art thou redeemed? For that good hand thou sentest the emperor, here are the heads of thy two noble sons. And here's the hand, and the scorn to thee sent back. Thy griefs their sports, thy resolution mocked. Woe is me to think upon thy woes more than remembrance of my father's death.
Now let hot Aetna cool in Sicily, and be my heart an ever-burning hell. These miseries are more than may be borne. To weep with them that weep doth ease some deal, but sorrow flouted at is double death.
And that this sight should make so deep a wound, and yet detested life not shrink thereat. That ever death should let life bear his name, where life hath no more interest but to breathe.
Alas, poor heart, That kiss is comfortless, frozen water to a starved snake. Why dost thou laugh? It fits not within this hour.
Why, I have not another tear to shed. Besides, this sorrow is an enemy, and it would usurp upon my watery eyes and make them blind with tributary tears. And then, which way shall I find revenge's cave? For these two heads do seem to speak to me and threat me I shall never come to bliss till these mischiefs be returned again, even in their throats that have committed them. Come, let me see what task I have to do. You heaven people, circle me about, that I may swear unto my soul to right your wrongs. The vow is made. And come, brother, take a head. I, in this hand, the other will I bear. Lavinia, thou shalt be employed. These arms. Bear thou my hand, sweet wench, between thy teeth. As for thee, boy, go. Get thee gone. Thou art an exile, and thou must not stay. Aye, to the Goths, and raise an army there. And if you love me, as I think you do, let's kiss and part. For we have much to do.
Farewell, Andronicus, the woefulest man that ever lived in Rome. Farewell, proud Rome, till Lucius come again. Now, will I to the Goths, and raise a power there to be revenged on Rome and Saturnine.
Sit and look you eat no more than will preserve just so much strength in us as will revenge these bitter woes of ours. Marcus, unknit that sorrow wreathen not. Thy niece and I, poor creatures, want our hands and cannot passionate our tenfold grief with folded arms. This poor right hand of mine is left to tyrannize upon my breast, who, when my heart, all mad with misery, beats in this hollow prison of my flesh, then thus I thump it down. Thou map of woe, that thus dost talk in signs when thy poor heart beats with outrageous beating, thou cannot strike it thus to make it still. If wound it with sighing, girl, kill it with groans. Or get some little knife between thy teeth, and just against thy heart, make a hole, that all the tears that thy poor eyes let fall may run into that sink, and drown the lamenting fool in sea salt tears.
Fie, brother, fie. Teach her not to lay such violent hands upon her tender life.
How now? Has sorrow made thee dote already? Why, Marcus, no man should be mad but I. What violent hands can she lay upon her life? Why, wherefore dost thou urge the name of hands? To bid Aeneas tell the tale twice o'er, how Troy was burnt and he made miserable? No, handle not the theme to talk of hands, lest we remember still that we have none. How frantically I square my talk, as if we should forget we had no hands if Marcus did not name the word of hands. Come, let's fall to. And gentle girl, eat this. Here's a drink. Marcus! What she says, I can interpret all her martyred signs. She says she drinks no other drink but tears. I brood with her sorrow, meshed upon her cheeks, this speechless complainer, I will learn thy thought, and in thy dumb action I will be as perfect as begging hermits in their holy prayers. Thou shalt not sigh, nor hold thy stumps to heaven, nor wink, nor nod, nor kneel, nor make a sign, but I of these will wrest an alphabet, and by still practice learn to know thy meaning.
Good grandsire, leave those better deep laments. Make my Aunt Mary with some pleasing tale.
Peace, tender sad. Thou art made of tears, and tears will quickly melt thy life away. What dost thou strike at, Marcus, with their knife?
At last, that which I have killed, my lord of Fly.
Out on thee, murderer! Thou kill'st my heart. Mine eyes are cloyed with view of tyranny. A deed of death done on the innocent becomes not Titus, brother. Get thee gone. I see thou art not for my company.
Alas, my lord, I have but killed a fly.
But how if that fly had a father and mother? How would he hang his slender gilded wings and buzz lamenting doings in the air? Poor harmless fly, that with his pretty buzzing melody came here to make us merry, and thou hast killed him!
Alas, pardon me, my lord, it was a black, ill-favored fly, like to the Empress's Moor. Therefore I killed him.
Oh, then pardon me for reprehending thee, for thou hast done a charitable deed. Give me that knife. I will insult on him, flattering myself as if it were the more come hither purposely to poison me. There's for thyself, and there's for Tamara! Ah, sirrah! Yet I think we are not brought so low, but that between us we can kill a fly that comes in likeness of a coal black moor.
Alas, the poor man. Grief is so wrought on him that he takes false shadows for true substances.
Come, take away! Lavinia, go with me. I'll to thy closet and go read with thee sad stories chanced in the times of old. Come, boy, and go with me. Thy sight is young, and thou shalt read when mine begin to dazzle.